Hello! Today we're going to be talking about things everyone can agree on and will never ever cause any arguments or disagreements or fights or quarrels or disputes or contentions or controversies or altercations or feuds, and definitely, surely, certainly, obviously, of course, no international conflicts. Politics and Israel. Israel is in a state of election chaos. To understand, we must first understand how the Knesset works. What is the Knesset? The Knesset is the Parliament of Israel, where all the important national politicians do politician things. But the Parliament looks a bit different than most parliaments. Look at the UK House of Commons, the US House of Representatives, the Canadian Parliament, or the Portuguese Assembly, and there are generally two main parties and a few minority parties which don't have many seats. But then there's the Knesset, which looks like this. But why is the Knesset split into more pieces than a glass thrown hard into a concrete wall? Part of the reason is the voting system. Not the actual way people vote, but the way those votes are used to allocate seats in parliaments. In many countries, such as the UK, USA, Canada, and Australia, seats are awarded geographically, with the country being split up into districts which each elect one politician. This means that smaller parties have to win a race somewhere to get in, which is difficult as winning a race somewhere. The Knesset seats are given out based on what percentage of nationwide votes a political party receives, and a party only needs 3.25% of total votes to get into the Knesset. This means that even unpopular parties can get in, as long as they have some support. This is not the full story, though. Other countries like Portugal or Sweden use a similar system, and their parliaments don't look as much like a box of crayons. The second reason is the other conflicts that might be happening. There are multiple different religious groups in Israel, from Orthodox Jews to secular Jews to Arab Muslims to country geography subscriberists, who all generally favor different politics. Add to that the varying positions on the Palestine conflict, and also the economic issues debated in politics everywhere, and the reason there is so much division in the Knesset is as obvious as it is that Jet Lag the Game is great. But one thing this video has not yet done is answer why Israel has had so many elections. Let's explain it now. The reason is a Knesset rule that if the Prime Minister's government is not supported by a Knesset majority, they cannot govern and new elections are called. When the Knesset is so divided, politicians have to form a government with parties who often disagree on many issues. And when those parties and politicians inevitably disagree, a politician's favorite hobby, they often drop out of the government and join the opposition, which leads to a majority being against the government. That leads to more elections and more elections. And, you guessed it, it happened 4 times in 2 years. The moral of the story is that literally nobody can agree on anything in Israel, or really anywhere. Can we all agree on that?